Time for another episode of Deeper Roots with Blaine's Farm and Fleet. J.A., a special one today. It's Veterans Day, and there is a really cool story here in Wisconsin. There's a young man named Jordan in La Crosse, ironically, where all this festival food stuff started. And he has spent the last 6 years, so do the math, he started this when he was 15. He raised $250,000 to erect and have built in a city park the Veterans Memorial, the Vietnam Veterans Memorial there, of all of the names from all of the soldiers that gave their everything in the Vietnam War that are from Wisconsin. And so we really wanted to feature this from a Veterans Day standpoint, something very unique from a young man here in the state of Wisconsin. I don't know, Jay, pretty cool with everything that we have going on.
Listen, I don't know that I can do better than that. So we will, a lot of people call each other who trying to define what a patriot is these days. But those that have worn the uniform and given full measure are unquestioned in a time that many things are questioned. So simply, we just say salute to that young man and let's watch.
Jordan.
Hey, Trevor.
Hey, buddy. Good to see you.
Good.
Did you drive this here?
Unfortunately, I did not.
You did?
Otherwise, I probably have a police following
Can
me.
Can we get in that thing?
Unfortunately, we can't.
I thought you knew people, man. Farmers, brewers, hunters, packers, badgers, cheeseheads, neighbors. No matter what name we go by, we are bound together by our roots. These are the people, the stories, and the statriotism from inside Wisconsin. Welcome to Deeper Roots with Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Episode 6 here. We're in La Crosse.
Yes.
Deeper Roots with Blaine's Farm and Fleet. We are at Veterans Freedom Park.
Yep. What you're about to see is a remembrance and honor to those who gave the ultimate sacrifice. And if you think about when I started this in 2016, when I was 15 years old, on Memorial Day, I wanted to pay tribute to those who gave the ultimate sacrifice. Our veterans, our great heroes. I called the Park and Rec Department, and then within 15 minutes I got a meeting the next day. And it's been an uphill battle, and I won.
The battle has been won, right?
Yeah.
This is it. Something about a 15-year-old though, right? Like, do you think you can describe in that moment just that thought on Memorial Day where you're like, this is something I'm really gonna laser focus in on and get after?
Well, there's a quote that lives on and on in my head by one of my favorite presidents, John F. Kennedy. He said, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. And when I asked my grandma if there was something here, she said no. So I said, you know what? I'm just gonna go do it.
And this was something that 6 years ago, you set out to bring to this community as a 15-year-old.
Yep.
And here we are. You brought it. It's here. When was this built?
This was built in June 23rd of this year.
And on this wall, this is a scaled down version of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C. And on this wall are the names of all of the fallen soldiers from Wisconsin that gave the ultimate sacrifice in the Vietnam War. How many total?
1,163.
Wow, and they're all on there as a tribute. Let's check this out. Let's go see what you were able to bring together here, raising $250,000 in 6 years, even through the pandemic. We know what this is. We've seen this a time or two. Tell us what this is.
This is the Battle Cross. This was donated to one of my veterans. His name is Al Hansen. Unfortunately, he was not able to see this memorial. And the proof that many people after the ceremony has been here, someone left an American flag. And you could tell people, sometimes they drop stuff at the wall as we walk up. We have 4 benches that have been donated. This bench here was donated by a Gold Star mom, Vivian Turner, and her son is on the memorial wall.
What is a Gold Star?
So what a Gold Star mom, father, or Gold Star families are is a loved one that lost a family member in service.
And they present them with a Gold Star. So a Gold Star family is somebody that has a name on this wall.
A lot of people donated it. It's a community effort, not just me. I'm just a simple person from Holman High School. Decided, you know what, I decided to do something for the community, for our Vietnam veterans. Because listen, Trevor, they poured their blood, sweat, and tears, hopes and dreams to defend our way of life.
And when something like this comes together, albeit indeed they gave everything, it takes a champion, and that's what this plaque is all about.
Yes.
Is this the champion's plaque?
Again, ordinary person decided to do something.
Well, I would give yourself a little more credit. I don't think that this is anything ordinary. This is extraordinary work. This is a moving thing.
This is also a statewide memorial. So if someone's family member is on this wall and they'll come and say, you know what, that's my father, my brother, you know, my uncle, great grandfather, he served during Vietnam.
You could just walk up to this and go, we don't know. I don't know that person. I don't know that person, but somebody does. Somebody grieved their loss, and we're all grateful for it. So we were walking around in the front, and it shows the years of the Vietnam War, and then we're looking at the names, and then you come around the backside. Look at this.
Like every memorial should, is tell a story.
Oh, wow.
And the story is, you know, that Vietnam veterans have told me is, you know, you have the nurses, the aircraft carriers, the jets, and then you got the helicopters, and then the swamp, which is, you see many photos today.
It's hard to think back and imagine that everything that's portrayed here in art form happened in real life. And that is not something that you and I can clearly comprehend, and many people can't, but obviously many can. It's really neat. I got choked up over there just for a second, because this is, it's real life. I don't know how else to put it. And we were just talking about the word grateful over here, and how the level of gratitude is only remembered if we never forget. And so it's really fitting that here we are on Veterans Day 2022, sitting in a Vietnam Veterans Memorial that didn't exist last Veterans Day. It was an idea.
Yep.
But really, Jordan, your work and your dedication and your care and your love and a little grit, really, with patience and everything, made this happen. Have you noticed, based on what you brought to life here, that those Vietnam veterans that you've met, you've helped in some way heal with this?
Well, again, memorial is a way for veterans to feel connections to someone they served with, or a family member to feel connection with a family member. And, you know, people don't have to go all the way to Washington, D.C. People can come here and, you know, still feel that connection without going thousands of miles. If you think about it, you know, there are many honor flights that take veterans to see the real thing.
Yeah.
Many veterans, they can't go. And something local where they can actually touch the wall and say this was one of my classmates or someone that I served, is a way that they don't have to go all that way.
Have you ever been out there?
I have. I have the great honor of actually being on the honor flight.
You did?
Yep. And it was my first time on an airplane too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Tell me about that experience.
You know, there was, I think, 2 World War II veterans, 10 Korean veterans, and the rest were Vietnam. And one of the veterans said, Jordan, I know you're not a veteran, but you're one of us now. And, you know, being on that day, sharing that with them, and get to see, you know, what their emotions were that day is just heartbreaking to see when they see that.
And something you'll never forget. If you could do it again, would you do it again?
Yes.
We have a surprise for you. You're doing it again.
Again?
We got you a spot on the Old Glory Honor Flight this April to be a free agent guardian to go back there to this wall that you did. You've been there. We wanted to send you back. So we reached out to our friends at Old Glory Honor Flight. They're actually in Northeast Wisconsin. We shared with them what you did here in La Crosse, and they said we would be honored to have them on a flight. So that's coming up in April.
Cool.
Hopefully you get to connect with a Wisconsin veteran.
Wow.
Maybe you'll sit next to somebody from that has a family member on this wall, or it was a friend, or whatever the case may be, but we wanted to send you back as a thanks. This is not something that anybody had to do. This is something that you took a passion for and did, and this isn't going anywhere. So your roots are deep, man, and it's only just begun. Really grateful to tell your story.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jordan. If you'd like to pay your respects to Wisconsin's Vietnam vets and view the Vietnam War Memorial there in person in La Crosse, here's how to do it. Open up a search bar and type Veterans Freedom Park, La Crosse, Wisconsin, and then get directions and make the drive out. It is so worth the trip. Our thanks to Jordan for having us. And as always, if you have a Deeper Roots story that you want us to share, we got to hear from you. Fill out the form on the website. It's farmandfleet.com/deeperroots. We'd love to come and share the story.
Talk to you later. Bye.
Hey, remember to subscribe on YouTube, leave a review, smash the like button, just get with us.
Inside Wisconsin is brought to you by Baycare Clinic, Blaine's Farm and Fleet, the University of Wisconsin-Platteville, Rolltech, Festival Foods, Capital Credit Union, North Star Mohican Casino Resort, American Family Insurance, Miller Lite, and Aaron's Company.